What are you staring at? Around November 1947, Sister Mary crooks her baby finger to summons me to the front of the class, tells me I'd better start looking for a job in a factory. You've got as much chance of graduating as a chicken passing through that keyhole, she announces, pointing to the door. That Christmas, Mike and I drop out, get jobs as busboys at the Empress. Around December 1933, a few days before Christmas, Mom brings me home in a taxi from the hospital. Dad and Mick Collins are in the kitchen, 3 sheets to the wind, an empty wine jug on the table between them. When Mom asks where the gifts are, Dad says, "I gave you a boy. Isn't that good enough?" Okay. Around August 1948, I try to kiss Sylvia Sullivan, my school crush, in the back seat of Bugsy's dad's Hudson, but miss her mouth, graze the chin instead. Sylvia shoots me one of her grand piano smiles. I spot flecks of spinach between her perfect teeth. "What are you staring at?" she says. Around September 1946, I listen on the upstairs landing to the McCoys at the front door, telling Mom they will no longer want their son to associate with me. Bobby's going places, even if your son isn't. Around April 1948, when I tell Mike at the Silver Moon that I've made up my mind to go back to school, he laughs out loud, says I'll only be spinning my tires. Around July 1944, Canon Robertson from St. John's visits us. My 2 sisters and me are sent outside to play while he talks to Mum in the parlor alone. Afterwards, I hear from the bedroom her stifled sobs. Gabby tells us to hush, that Dad's been shot in Normandy. "But don't worry," she says, "he'll live." Around May 1952, I give a speech before the student body at the high school about the importance of the Security Council at the UN, going public for the first time with my new David Niven accent. I notice my friends wince, hunker in their seats. Later, Sister Lucretia calls me to the office. "I never knew you'd lived in England, Jim," she says. Around October 1945, we go to the CPR train station for Dad's homecoming. A stranger in khaki greatcoat with golden buttons lifts me high over his head, scrapes his prickly jaws against my cheeks. Around August 1951, Dad chases my youngest sister into the parlor, takes off his belt, says he's going to teach her a lesson. I grab his arm, touch her again, and I'll kill you. Around June 1947, Ma Mère, my French-Canadian grandmother, agrees to drape the cuffs of my new grey flannels for the teen town dance. All my friends are wearing drapes, but doesn't understand, sews the leggings into stovepipes so tight I can't get into them. On April 8, 1990, Palm Sunday, 2 p.m. to be exact, my wife drives the grey New Yorker to Niagara Falls and never comes back. Around January 1968, I visit Dad at Sunnybrook where he's gone for an operation. Carpal tunnel syndrome, the doctors call it. I watch as he spoon feeds an old comrade who lost both arms in Normandy. He's quiet and courteous, eager to know about my work, the wife, our kids. He hasn't had a drink in over a week. It's like talking to a stranger. Around May 1997, I published Silver Mercies, my first book of poetry.